Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first Golf to come out with an Rline badging. This car was released in 2016, where VW also introduced the Rline badging to its Tiguan second generation. The Rline featured a unique front and rear bumpers, side skirts, larger wheels, sport-tuned suspension. This car is very sentimental. You don't see a lot of these cars on the roads. This particular car cost 450,000 Rand in 2016, and today on Auto Trader there is one going for 320,000 Rand. VW is really keeping their value. But now let's go into detail what it feels like owning this car and driving it. We'll also talk about the issues that come with these early Golf 7s. Before I start with that, let's talk about what you get around 300,000 Rand for a second-hand Golf 7. You get the LED headlights with day running features. You get LED side indicators. You get LED tail lights but aren't sequential. You get an electronic handbrake. Remember, this is 2016. Not even the Hyundai i30N or the latest Polo GTI gets that. You also get Android and CarPlay in 2016, guys. Imagine, in 2016. A sunroof, which is also very important for the batteries, and 2 chrome exhaust tips, which makes it quite sporty. Let's get to something serious now. For service, you're looking at plus minus 3,000 Rand. Since this is a Golf 7, expect water pump and thermostat issues, which will cost you around 16,000 Rand to replace. Your major service will also cost you 8,000 Rand. The materials in this car also held up pretty well. The car is almost at 200,000 kilometers and the gearbox has never been replaced. It is also still running on its original Megatronics. The seats still look great for an 8-year-old car. And let's do some interior quality test. Okay guys, I'm no professional interior tester, but for an 8-year-old car, this thing is still more solid than the new Mercedes-Benz. Oh, did I also mention that the steering wheel is also leather? You don't get digital display on this model, but only on the 7.5 generation. You can also select various options in the mini screen. This is also a car owned by a friend called Ember Kum. Let's just hear what he has to say about the gearbox.
But for DQ 200, this thing is still shifting. So you say this gearbox has never given you any problems or any symptoms?
Symptoms are there. There are some symptoms, and they've been there for as long as I can remember.
Oh, okay.
So it does this thing where, let's say you're parking the car or you're slowly creeping on a inclined driveway, it'll jutter. Have you felt if you try to drive a manual car on a high gear, slow speed, so it does something like that.
Sound,
it does something like that, and the whole car jutters and vibrates. So I think that's part of the symptoms of
before it gives.
But it's never.
But it feels really smooth now.
Yeah, it is smooth. When you drive, once you're moving, there are no issues at all.
Yeah,
there are no issues at all.
You also you've done the DSG service thing.
Yeah.
How much was that?
No, it was still under, when it was done, the car was still under plan.
Okay.
So I think it was done.
So are those besides the gearbox, what other issues? If someone is planning on owning this car?
Water pump.
Oh, the water
thermostat
pump.
housing was replaced.
Oh,
I don't remember at what mileage, but to do that, including labor, it's around 16,000.
Oh,
which is the same as on a GTI.
Yeah.
Similar price,
Because I heard someone with the Golf 7 GTI saying that, but he said that it's 16,000 because they have to replace all the pipes and stuff. You don't just replace the water pump.
So even the labor isn't there.
Yeah. Hey. But besides all of those things, I'm sure this is a pretty reliable car.
Yeah, 100%.
When it comes to engine failures, these engines are built strong.
Yeah, I mean, it's on 194,000
yeah,
kilometers.
Yes. Owned from brand new.
Owned from brand new.
Yes.
192. No warning lights.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's due for service.
Yeah, I can see.
No warning lights. Nothing.
Yeah, and this thing is... Yeah. And it does pick up, yo.
Yeah, you can try it when we go back the other way. Yeah, it's very responsive to your foot. You don't even need to put the gearbox in sport.
Yeah.
So it's lacking in top end, obviously, because it doesn't have a lot of power.
Oh yeah.
But for making those short explosive overtakes, it's quite good.
It's good.
With that.
It's good at it.
It's quite good at that.
Let's just. And I like the turning radius. The turning radius is really good. To make an example, it's actually really far way better than my Polo GTI.
Yeah, and
I feel like mine is bad, but the turning radius is not as good.
And the gearbox, you can kind of feel a bit of a jolt on gear changes.
I mean, like when you were driving away, I could feel that this car has like an exhaust.
And I love this engine a lot more. It's a lot better than the 3-cylinder you get in the Polo Lives and stuff.
Yeah. It revs. And the gearbox is still holding. So, like, for those who say, yo, we're afraid for DSG, we're afraid of having DSG problems. Here's an example. Still, I think it goes to the owner how well you take care of a car.
Yeah, because you can also see this interior doesn't look like 194,000 kilometer interior. The leather is still intact, because normally in these cars the bolsters start exploding.
So especially the armrest as well.
Yeah, and also the armrest cracks. Yeah, this one is still totally fine.
What can I do besides try to...
Now the engine will give the Polos a headache. It comes with 92 kilowatts of power with 200 Newton meters of torque. The engine capacity is a 1.4 liters and a claimed fuel consumption of 5.2 liters to the 100. So guys, let me show you something. Look at this thing before cost cutting was a thing. Now this is it for the video, and please subscribe.